In this video, we're going to continue looking at writing linear functions by looking at a few examples. You are going to watch, you are going to listen, and you are going to take notes in your booklet on page 12. What we are doing in each of these four cases is writing an equation for each function, and I should say each linear function that is described. So our first example, the graph of the linear function has a slope of 1/2, so m equals 1/2, and a y-intercept of 0, -6. That means our b is -6. This one's one of the easy ones because in the equation y equals mx plus b, they are giving me the m, and they are giving me the b. Again, the y and the x stay y and x. That's what's making it the linear equation. Those two variables, the y and the x, stay variables. The m and the b are getting replaced with what we have. Okay, the next example. The graph, and I have a little typo here. We're going to scratch out the word goes. The graph has intercepts at 0, -3, or 0, 3, and -2, 0. Now again, our purpose here is to get the m and the b. So to find the slope, I'm going to use my slope formula. That's the only way to do this unless I actually graph and count my slope. So remember our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to go 0 minus 3 over -2 minus 0, which is -3 over -2, which is a positive 3/2, because negative divided by a negative is positive. Now, I need to find my b, and I could do that like the last example on the last page, except right here, they've given me the y-intercept. I know that that's the y-intercept because the x is 0. So I can tell from that, without doing any extra work, that my b is 3. Plugging in those two parts, y equals mx plus b. And that is my answer. Let's go to the next example. In the next example, they've given me a graph. Again, two key components when I'm looking to write an equation of a line. I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. The y-intercept is easy. It's right there. It's where it's crossing the y-axis, so it's 5. Now, to find my slope, I need to find 2 points that are right on the grid. So right where my x and y grids cross. So I'm going to use these 2 points here, draw out my slope triangle. I'm going down 1 and to the right 2. So my slope is -1/2. Once I have my slope and my y-intercept, I can go into my y equals mx plus b. And write y equals -1/2 x plus 5. That's my answer. My final example here, I have a table of values. Now again, don't let the table of values confuse you. This is just giving us 3 points, -2, 18, 1, 9, and 4, 0. I can choose any 2 points to find my slope. I'm going to use these 2 here because then I don't have to deal with negatives. So I'm going to go y2 minus y1, so 0 minus 9, over 4 minus 1. That's my x2 minus x1. So I get -9 over 3, which is -3. This time I do have to go through the process of finding my b, because I was not given my y-intercept. You can tell that because none of your x's are 0. So I'm going to use one of my points. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose this last one just because I like zeros. I'm going to plug in x is 4. I'm going to plug in y is 0. And I'm going to plug in m is -3. What that's going to do is allow me to solve for b. So I get 0 equals 4 times -3 plus b. So 0 equals -12 plus b. Adding 12 to both sides, I get b equals 12. Now that I have both my m and my b, I can write my equation. So I'm going to have y equals mx plus b. And there's my answer. And that is all there is to writing our linear equations when you're given a graph, a description, or points on the graph for a linear function.